In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the alternator on your Ford Expedition. This part will be located in the engine bay under the intake. Using an 8mm socket, loosen the nut, then pull the negative terminal off of the battery, tuck it to the side. Using an 8mm socket, we're going to loosen the two clamps on the intake. We're going to pull the intake off. Push on the tab and remove the connector. On this cap, lift straight up. We're going to remove the nut. Using a 13mm socket, we're going to remove the nut off the top of the alternator. And remove the cable. Using a pry tool, we're going to pick up on this plastic stay and get this out of here. I'm also going to remove the plastic clip on top of this bracket. And we can drop those wires out of the way. Using a 1/2-inch ratchet, we're going to insert the chuck into the idler pulley, pull the pulley back, then we're going to pull the belt off of the alternator pulley. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to remove the 3 bolts and 1 nut off of this bracket. And there's one more right on the outside of this thermostat housing. And then remove the bracket. Remove the 2 10mm bolts on the bottom of the alternator. We're not going to fully remove this bolt. You just want to take it out most of the way. Same thing with this one. You do not need to remove it all the way. Just loosen them and then remove the alternator. Install the alternator, rest it on the 2 bolts, and we'll snug those bolts down. You want to leave these slightly loose for now. Install the bracket. Get the bolts started. I'm going to make these bolts finger tight. Go back to the bottom bolts and snug them down. There should be a post right here that you'll put a nut on, and then we can snug down the top bolts. Torque the bottom bolts to 25 Newton meters. Torque the top bolts to 10 Newton meters. We're going to pull on our 1/2-inch ratchet, make some slack in the belt, and install the belt onto the alternator. When you do this, check and make sure that the belt is riding in all of the right spots, and then remove your ratchet. Grab the wire harness that we dropped down there. Install the terminal. Install the bolt. Snug it down. Torque this nut to 17 Newton meters. Install the cap, and then you would install this plastic stay onto the post right here. Install the connector, push until you hear a click. If you don't hear a click, give a pull, make sure it's locked in. Install the plastic clip into the bracket. Install the intake. Get it seated on both sides. And then snug down the clamps. Do the same thing on the far one. Put the negative battery cable back on the terminal. And then snug it down. And you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.